Centro Histórico is one of the most lively areas in Mexico City. It has a bit of everything: beautiful old buildings, museums, street food, and even ancient ruins right in the heart of the city. But this area can be extremely crowded. It was one of the most crowded places I have ever been to, even after traveling to Asia. So if you want to know how to avoid the crowds and about the hidden gems we found, tune in to the end. Our day started at the iconic Palacio de Bellas Artes, the cultural heart of the city. It's not just stunning on the outside, we actually came to see a very unique Mexican performance. If you're interested in that, check out my Mexico City video on the Folklorico Ballet. Now, if you want to visit this area in a peaceful way, get your pictures and not worry about your family, go before 10 a.m. on a weekend. We went at 8:30 and there were no crowds in sight. If you go on a Sunday, the main road is normally closed to cars, making it even better. If you're new here, we're the Slow-Mat Travelers. We're Canadians with a nomadic spirit who seek a local experience and off-the-beaten-path adventures. Welcome to our channel. Just a short walk away is the Casa de los Azulejos, or House of Tiles. It used to be a palace and now it's a restaurant, but it was actually built by a count just to prove his dad wrong. He was told he'd never amount to anything, so he covered an entire mansion in fancy blue and white tiles, just like in Portugal. It has a cafe if you want to grab a coffee. Next is the Zócalo, Mexico City's main plaza. It's one of the largest city squares in the world. It's absolutely bustling with so many things going on when we were there. Concerts, cleansing rituals, and people just out and about. The Zócalo is built right on top of the old Aztec capital. The Spanish tore down ancient Aztec temples and used the stones to build their own city, and the entire plaza is slowly sinking. Mexico City was built on a lake bed, so the ground is too soft. Some buildings around the square are actually leaning, and parts of the square drop a few inches every year. You don't have to go to Tuscany, Italy to see the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Just come to Mexico City if you want to see tilting buildings. Even the huge Mexico flag just stands on the ground for balance. When walking through the plaza, you will see the Gothic-looking Metropolitan Cathedral. Because it took 250 years to build, it doesn't have one distinct style. Now, just as the plaza is sinking, so is the cathedral, and they have been trying for more than 30 years to try to stop it from falling, even digging tunnels beneath it. Walking through the cathedral, built by the Spanish, we felt like we were in Europe. Not only was it built on top of the main Aztec temple, it used the very stones from the pyramid that had just been destroyed. It's free to enter and quite impressive, especially with its lavish gold leaf altar. So right beside the cathedral, you'll find the Templo Mayor, and this isn't just any ruin. It was the most important building in the entire Aztec Empire, the center of their universe, right in the middle of their ancient capital city. The Spanish, when they conquered the Aztecs, completely destroyed the sacred temple and then took the stones from this destroyed pyramid and used them to build their own cathedral right next to it. I've never been to a place where the old and new temples have been built just like that, right next to each other. And the craziest part for me was that for hundreds of years, most of these massive ruins were completely hidden, buried under the city. They were stumbled upon by accident in 1978 by some electrical workers who were just trying to do their job. When you visit, you can still see the colorful offerings the Aztecs left for their gods. One of the hidden gems of Centro Historico area was the Museo del Estanquillo. Personally, I didn't go for the museum. I just went to the rooftop cafe to get sweeping views of the Centro. It's free to enter and totally worth the detour. From there, we strolled down Madero, a bustling pedestrian-only street filled with shops, locals, and street performers. Next up is the Palacio Postal. It's not just a post office, it's a palace of marble and gold that survived the catastrophic 1985 earthquake while modern buildings crumbled around it. The secret was its revolutionary design for the time, a steel frame on a foundation that floats on the soft ground, allowing the entire building to ride the waves of the earthquake. Another free stop we loved was the National Museum of World Cultures. Highlighting many countries around the world, it shows that Mexico City brings the world to its people who gain a global perspective. I like seeing how cultural diversity is encouraged. Just around the corner is something unexpected. Mexico City's Chinatown. It's only a few blocks long, but it has a great vibe and delicious food if you're in the mood for something different. Centro Histórico is a place you can easily spend a whole day, if not much more. To avoid the crowds, go before 10 a.m. on the weekend. If you go on Sundays, many museums are free and the streets are quieter and free of cars. We use public transit to return home, as trains and overground bus trams are often much faster than Uber because of heavy traffic. Grab a transit card and top it up at big stations. Women can also use the pink sections for extra comfort and safety. We also enjoyed visiting Mexico City in the spring. The beautiful purple jacaranda trees reminded me of my time in Japan during cherry blossom season. If you enjoyed coming on our journey, please like, comment, and subscribe, and see you for the next one. For tips on funding your next trip, whether you're slow traveling or just going on vacation, check out the link to our website in the comments below.